You're such an asshole.
How you kids doing? AssholeConsulting.com. Hello, Mr. Clary, returning customer. This is going to be fairly lengthy. That's right, I charge more. I want you to evaluate my life, where to go next and what to do. Keep me fairly anonymous. I feel stuck in time, like I grew up in the wrong generation. Well, you and every other guy who has a work ethic. Yeah, tell me about it, buddy. What tipped you off? The boomers that stop in the middle of the fucking aisles, or all the fat chicks that hate her? When did you finally figure out you were born at the wrong time? When media's telling us that you should like these fat tatted up girls with blue hair and the feminists who hate you, where was it? Was it the traffic? Was it the adult Democrats shitting in the street? What was the tipping point? What was the evidence? He said, hey, wait a second. Hold on. Wait a second. Something ain't right. Was it oh yeah, you got to go to school for literally 2 decades before we consider hiring you? Where was it? Where? Going to describe a bit about me growing up and myself to see if you can help. Context: you're a youngish Hispanic male. All right, I don't know the Hispanic guys. Your race, it really, unless you're asking about something racial, and maybe you will later on. It doesn't matter. I know the Democrats have convinced you the only thing that matters about you is the traits with the born with, and absolutely fuck your content of character. All right, only fucking idiots believe that shit. But look 25. My mindset is 32 to 38. Great career, great financial status, good body, and above average look. 6 feet tall. Did you take away? Whoa. Is it legal for Hispanic men to be 6 feet tall? Hold on now. Did you go to the lab and they like somewhere, if we had good writers again, tall Hispanic man would be like a superhero somewhere. Not a mainline one. It'd be like Venture Brothers, kind of a funny cartoon. Tall Hispanic man. Oh my goodness. Great career. 4-pack abs. Fluctuate between these weights. Really? That's awfully thin for 6 feet tall. But okay, I'm gonna trust you know whether you're in good shape or not. I just think you could add a little bit of weight, maybe bulk up. Confident demeanor. I don't want to identify you too much. You own multiple properties and you are generating positive cash flow. That's good. I have a sizable house that's more than what you need. But maybe you got a good deal. I don't know. And you live alone in a good state. Haven't had luck house hacking it yet. Have been in the house for 4 months. Balance here. Listen to this. Okay, this is pretty good. Balance left to be paid is 310,000. I have 100,000 in liquid cash. Make 95,000 per year, which I work half remote, half office. Where have all the good men gone? Where can we find a good? Hispanic. I have a buddy I play poker with. He's Hispanic. We make fun of him, like, what is Latino? I'm not Latino. I'm Hispanic. Oh, fine. All right. Jesus already. Where have all the good men gone? That's what I want to know. I don't really have any friends, and I've tried making friends by going to meetup apps and reconnecting with old friends, but everyone is also fucked up in their way of thinking. I feel no one is genuine anymore. Well, I'm going to not to sound too dark. I don't think anyone was ever really genuine. And you kind of can't be when you're a kid. You're not kids. You're young. You're not supporting yourselves. You're immature. No one really is genuine at that moment in time. If you went to the public schools, you went to the private schools, it's all like, oh, do you got the right shoes? Are you the right person? And the fucking middle school bullshit doesn't end there. Everyone's supposed to be that. Remember what I said about the most important thing in America right now is the traits you were born with and not what you fucking do? Yeah, that is purposely instilled on every person in the United States, every young person. And then if it's forget the trait-based politics, all right, then the other thing that you're valued on is, do you have the right cool shit? Do you have a fancy car? Do you have granite countertops? Do you have a sports car? Do you have your bag, girlfriend? You're not wrong and realizing you were born in the wrong generation. Americans are shit. They're a low quality group of people. Not just Americans. There's other people for other reasons that are low quality shit too. But Americans, they're just all about the way they were born, and they don't have to work, and they're just amazing, and they're gonna win everything, and they're gonna save the planet, and they're entitled to shit. Yet nobody fucking works. It's not what you do, it's how you were born. And with that, oh, and what cool shit you own. And not even own. If you borrow it, doesn't matter. Then that totally counts for realsies. Just compared to the guy who pays cash for his car. Oh, you leased it at 17%. Oh, you're totally the same guy. Oh, yeah, totally. As long as it's cool and I get invited on the boat. You are young people, even adults, are trained not to be genuine. You're all supposed to be fake. It is fake and hey. It is fake and hey. And that shit has been going on probably since about the late 70s, based on how schools were. So yeah, most generally speaking, most people in the United States do not grow up. You obviously have grown up, you've worked hard, you've accumulated multiple properties, you have a real job of some kind. You don't make 95 grand just. Well, I mean, if you were a hot chick with big boobs, you maybe make 95 grand on OnlyFans, but you have to work for it, sir. Yeah, you've gone through the galvanization process. You have gone through the baptism of fire. You are a self-supporting adult who worked hard. You value time, perhaps human interaction, quality people, quality conversation, work ethic, honor, and your average person that you grew up with has never left middle school and still thinks, OMG, I selfies. I'm trying to think what vein. I'm at the game, bro. OMG, I'm traveling. My daughter is the first of our family. We're all dipshits. We're all worthless, parasitic dipshits. But my daughter is the first of our family to go to college. My daughter. My daughter. Is she majoring in criminal justice? Well, yeah. Never mind then. Want to know? The rule had broken. The rule is maintaining itself. Okay. It's yeah. Yeah, man. Welcome to the party, pal. It is hard to find and keep good friends. You're gonna find the vast majority of, and you're right at that age. You're at the age where the wheat starts getting separated from the chaff, where it's like, hey, our 20s are kind of over now. All right, are we gonna grow the fuck up and knock it off with this woe is me? I need a government bailout, more government policy bullshit, or are we like gonna take ownership in our lives? Kind of like, are we gonna fix our cars on time? We're gonna get a real job. We're gonna pay back our student loans. We're gonna cut up the credit cards, get serious. We're gonna get serious about retiring. Even fucking boomers don't even do it. Fucking boom. 2/3 of them don't have enough money to retire. I don't know. I didn't know the divorce was gonna hurt. I didn't know my children wouldn't help me if we divorced them and ruined their family. I don't know. We need more government money. No one is a responsible adult. You are very alone. If you're a responsible person in America, you are very alone. And I'm being so adamant and emphatic about this to let you know, no, you're not fucking crazy. You're not wrong. These people are wrong. Okay. So it may feel like you're lost. You may have lost, not really like lost your family, your friends, don't really lose them, but you're just like, you don't associate. Yeah. Yeah. And that's a general trend. You start losing your friends at about the age of 30, depending on how quickly they all get married or move out and all that. And then apolitical and nothing to do with family. People just lose the will to live. I don't know if they get fat. I don't know if it's the diabetes. I don't know if it's our diet. I really don't. But I've seen people who are like really cool and they work hard and they're self-supporting. And it's like, hey, do you want to go celebrate life now that we made I'm like, never mind. I'll just go do this myself. Going to meetups app and reconnecting with old friends, but everyone is also fucked up in the way of thinking. I feel no one is genuine anymore. They're unaccountable and don't talk about anything constructive for the most part. I don't have it linked below. I should have linked to it below. Please go get the book Curse of the High IQ. What is it? Dumb people talk about other people. Average intelligence people talk about events, and smart people talk about the hell. What the hell was that quote? Ideas. Ideas. Yeah, that could be it too, buddy. You could just be really smart. You're certainly industrious. You can't be that dumb. You wouldn't have had that much success if you're stupid. And then want to talk about dumb shit that doesn't matter. What? You don't want to talk about the game, bro? You want to talk about fantasy? What's your picks like on fantasy football, bro? Bro. People are telling, oh, how many points you got? What are you fucking talking? Oh, I'm negative points. What's the negative point? Oh, our fantasy football league. You want to join? No, that's all right. I don't choose Satan today. Thank you. I have one friend, but he turned into a spiritual hippie and went off the rails and stopped working. It's amazing how people go spiritual and they never double their work hours. No one ever goes spiritual and like builds a house or hits the gym. Let me guess. Everyone in your life has had something happen to them that is outside of their control. And then they have an epiphany, and that epiphany always results in them working less. It's never, I need to go on a harsh, galvanizing, invigorating, forming experience. I must put myself through the paces and become a better. It's always, oh, dude, you see, Hare Krishna says that you should just sit on your ass and collect a government check, man. You don't understand. You're not smart like me. One other friend, but he mostly just interested in himself at times, but very helpful with advice when I need it. Okay, well, that's not everyone is self-interested. That's fine. I don't know. Growing up, I never hanged around kids my age or people my age. Was always 10 or 5 years older than me. Sign of high IQ. I just never got along with them. I got along with the older crowd. Growing up, my parents were there, but didn't really care or gave me love. They just gave me the necessary things to survive. Growing up in an immigrant household, that was the norm. Tough love. I would just say they were and they weren't there, if that makes sense. Yeah, kind of, but okay, not to defend your parents. Okay, they're an immigrant family. Did they even have time? Now, first, you shouldn't be having more kids than you could afford. There, I solved poverty. Thank you very much, everyone. I'll expect my Clark Medal and my Nobel Prize of Economics delivered to me tomorrow. No, I don't want to go to the fucking ceremony because you're all a bunch of assholes. Just put the Wikipedia entry there. But if you're an immigrant family and, oh, we're going to go to a different country and then everything will be better. Not with 8 kids, you won't. They probably didn't have time. They probably were both working very hard. To which, whether you're an immigrant child or an immigrant or anyone, if you don't have more kids than you could afford, your problems go away. What? And a statue. I want a statue of me at the London School of Economics giving John Maynard Keynes the finger. Although he wasn't that bad of an economist, you guys just bastardized everything he said. So I try to view it from their point a little bit. But yeah, they weren't around a lot, probably because they were working. Probably, honestly, because they had more kids than they could afford. My dating life has been okay, not the best. Honestly, it's been the best at a particular age. In the past, the average women I date and find attractive are between the ages of 31 and 41. That is what I majority dated my whole life and match with. Okay, so there's an intellectual bias. So they're generally older than you. The last one was really good and felt like it was going well, but I knew it probably wasn't going to go anywhere. She was a single mom, but she showed me the best times, really cared for me as a person. We had amazing chemistry and would make time for me and showed me that she cared. Well, that does happen occasionally with single moms because, as much as we might criticize single moms, and rightly so, uh, single moms are dealt a terrific blow of reality in the fact that they are no longer the center of their lives, or at least shouldn't be. They are now forced to deal with the fact that there is another human being and they have to subserviate themselves to that person, or at least they should want to take care of their kids. Now, we need government daycare and outsourcing. Maybe if we cross the line, then our problem is if we cross the line into that country, our problems go away. You're still the same stupid person making stupid decisions. But in general, the introduction of a child slaps people up, makes them a little bit more humble. And I have seen it where single moms are like, oh my God, okay, I appreciate your time because they're short on time. They have another human being. They're aware. In other words, they are no longer solipsistic. So, yeah, that can happen. Can happen. Not generally not, but it can happen. But that ended a couple months ago because I knew if I showed more of myself and were involved more, it wasn't going to work out in the end, as I knew it was going to be a huge responsibility. I wasn't ready to be a stepdad, even though I really cared for her, but I knew it wasn't in me, so I ended it. Good. That's a hard choice, man. You really liked her, but you knew you didn't want to be a stepdad. You couldn't be that. It sucks, man. That sucks. When you meet somebody who's really great, like, oh, but I got the herp. Oh, man, I really, but I don't know. But I'm married. All these other complications people have. Um, yeah, but that is the right decision, and I'd say try to forgive yourself a little bit, but that doesn't really work. But go easy on yourself because it was the right choice. My day-to-day life is go to work, go to the gym multiple times a week, train in a martial arts. I like to do hiking. You're a good man. And I started to go to a structured social entity a bit. Go to clubs once every other weekend, at least to get my social interaction in. I like to country and Latin dance. You're accomplished. You're not sitting on your ass. So not just to meet women. I used to go out with a friend and do night game and approach women. That would only result in 5 numbers, 4 of which were bland, and 1 date would happen. Then occasionally visit family. Dude, I know you actually did do that because those are the exact numbers you would run into. Good. You're putting yourself out there. You are failing and galvanizing. That's been my life so far, plus saving money and very little travel to other states, but I've been to 6 states. What else is there to do? I feel like I've checked off everything except for a girlfriend. Should I just go back to playing video games and watching Netflix and TV shows just like every other normie? No, I mean, if you want to, you can. But do you want to? No. Or on the planet to dismay my time away on dumb things. No. I want a family and someone to spend time with. Well, you answered your question. I want a family and someone to spend time with. I don't want to go to Latin America or Mexico. Good thing because you're Hispanic. You should go to Hispaniola. I kid. Even though I'm Hispanic, some of the Hispanic women are too entitled and I find they want a lot from you and aren't willing to give you much. My experience in dating found more success in American women and how they have treated me, to be honest. I want to stay in the US to find someone. I do fairly well with women and get matches on dating apps. I live in an area. Is it my environment? Are other states better for dating to find a match? All right. Well, this is okay. Except for the girlfriend. All right. Well, the reason you've checked everything off except for a girlfriend is because a girlfriend is not a thing. It's a separate human being that also has to voluntarily want to go out with you. Like you've accumulated wealth, you've worked hard, you work out, you learn to dance. Those are all 100% under your control for the most part. But yeah, the getting friends and especially having a woman want to love you, that requires their willingness and commitment. And I don't know how much red pill stuff you've started with, but these are I'm not criticizing you. These are 101 entry level red pill questions you got. It's kind of like you have. I mean, you've been buried in, working and doing and doing, and you're coming up like, hey, maybe I want to get married. What's it like out here, huh? Well, it's time to get serious about finding a woman. What do I do? I just go to the sock hop? What's going on? And every guy's like this battered up, fucked up, wounded veteran or soldier. Like, don't go on the front lines, man. Don't do it. So let's kind of do this. You want a family and to spend some time with. Okay. So then you need to start dedicating some time to finding a woman that you would marry. Or not, I'm sorry. Whoa. I slipped up. I was being traditional there. To find a woman that you could commit to and not put your entire assets at risk. So, one, you need to start looking at trusts, ways to protect your assets. I don't know the state that I don't want to mention the state you're in, but the state you're in, I don't know if it's common law marriage or what. This is where you get a lawyer, all right? But you don't have to do it right now because you're not running into a gal. You have to worry about that. But we do know the larger goal is you want to have a family and someone to spend time with. Then you say, I don't want to go to Latin America or Mexico. And then you explain why, because some of the Hispanic women are entitled, and you have more success with American women. Okay, cool. Well, then keep dating American women. That's fine. You have more success with them. However, you do yourself no service in writing off an entire what is Latin America, Hispanic America, roughly a fifth or a sixth of the world's population. What about Asian gals? What about other gals? I totally get if you're not attracted to them. That's fine. You got to be attracted to them. But I would not write off a whole group of people. And you know, I don't want that right there is too fucking bad. What you want and what you're going to get are two different things. Um, and I know maybe you don't want to, but the reality is, generally speaking, most women in America either are not interested in getting married. I mean, they might say, okay, well, their interest in getting married is not that high on the list. And the majority of women in the United States, their interest in getting married is not that high on the list. And the vast majority of them are not conducive to a traditional wife slash mother role in a traditional family, which is what I'm going to assume you want. That doesn't mean they're not there. That doesn't mean you're not going to run into your future wife tomorrow. Statistically speaking, it is not very unlikely, but pretty unlikely you're going to find her here. You can increase your chances dramatically by asking out a lot of girls, which sounds like you and your buddy kind of did. So you're not a foreigner to that, but it does take a lot of work. Forgot where I was going. One, asking out more girls is what you're going to have to do. But two, if you're attracted to them physically, I would strongly recommend you start looking overseas. Doesn't have to be Latin or Hispanic America. Fine. I think you should do it anyway because you have a cultural commonality and advantage there. Asia, although it's clear across the Pacific, sure. Europe, I don't know if you're like, oh my God, we hate ourselves so much here. Like, well, you can go to Minnesota for that. I think you're lessening your chances of getting what you want by writing off Latin America in total. So, and you're saying, okay, I've got everything squared away, and you're asking me, that's been my life. So what else is there to do? I feel like I've checked everything off except for a girlfriend. Yeah, you're right. And you did it the right way. You got everything squared. You're very young. You got all your responsibilities squared away. And now let's go have fun time. Part of which is travel. Now, maybe you don't want to go to Mexico. I don't know. I enjoyed the handful of times I've gone to Mexico. I kind of like it. I would travel anyway, you've only been to 6 states, you said, right? Travel in the United States and travel a little bit overseas. We're conveniently located to Latin America. I assume you have some Spanish, so you're not going to be completely lost going overseas. Why don't you try and I know you've dated Latinas here in the United States. Have you dated actual Mexican women? Have you dated Cuban women? I don't know if you could fly to Cuba. Have you gone to the Dominican Republic? Have you gone to Jamaica? Have you gone to? They're not Hispanic. They speak English. Have you gone to Colombia? Have you gone to Panama? Why don't you do that as kind of a treat to yourself? And don't go for the women. I know you say you're not interested. That's fine. Is there a place you'd like to go culturally in Latin America? Don't go to Venezuela. I would just go down, check it out. Winter's coming up. Be a great time to go down and check out Mexico. Have a good little time. Maybe you still got some family there, or no, you said you're Hispanic, so I don't know where you're from. But why don't you just go check out a different culture? And while you're there, they got Latin dancing, they got salsa dancing. Go check it out. Go be social. See what the women are like down there. En route to the museum, en route to look at the architecture of Mexico City, just be social. See if you could get a date. See if you can meet a nice Latina. And see if she's different than what you've been dating here. And I'm not saying you're going to come back with a wife. That's not what I'm saying. But give them a chance overseas. Play an away game. That's what I'm saying. Get off your home turf and go play an away game and see if you have an advantage over there. See if it's as bad or not as bad as you think it is. So there's that. Some of the Hispanic women found too entitled, success with American women. Keep dating American women. That's fine because you seem to have success with them. I would also then travel within the United States. Say, I want to stay in the United States to find someone. Ba-da-ba. Okay, but have you been to Seattle? Well, don't go to Seattle. Do you like sad, depressing people? Go to Seattle. Do you like sad, depressing people who shit their pants? Go to Portland. You like sad, depressing people who shit their pants and can't pump their own gas? Well, then go to Portland. Go to all of Oregon. I tried New York, try Florida, try Tennessee. I have a book called Reconnaissance Man. That's more about finding a stable place to live than it is finding girls. But yeah, you need to travel within the United States. Then you tell me the town that you're in. That town, in my honest opinion, is probably one of the best major metros to find girls. And you ask, is it my environment? Are other states better for dating, finding a match? Not really. That's about as good as it gets in the United States. Maybe Las Vegas, maybe. Maybe Miami, Florida, Tampa, Florida in general. But that's one of the best ones, man. And if you're having trouble there finding the gals, you're going to have to think differently. Now, you could go to a smaller town. You could find maybe a country bumpkin girl. That doesn't work. Go get my book, The Book of Numbers. I break down rural, suburban, and metro. 100% of 100% of the time. We're talking hundreds of data points. If the girl was good looking and in a rural area, she was a single mom. 100% of the time. I probably even got the spreadsheet still somewhere. So it's not you, it is your environment, but the environment is the United States. It's not the town or necessarily the state you're in. It's just bad all over. It's least bad where you live. That's still one of the best places. So again, kind of indicating you shouldn't handicap yourself by saying, I'm not going overseas. Right? Would prefer someone older. I've tried dating the younger ones, but they have their heads so far stuck up their ass with TikTok brain and social media. That's a pain in the ass to have them stay focused for more than 5 seconds. Yeah. Let me know your advice on what next or any advice on what to do. Should I be more of an asshole in life? Not give a fuck anymore? I just don't know. Well, no, don't. There's a fine line between doing what you need to do to get someone in your life, start a family, and what you want out of a social or romantic life. And then there's forfeiting your individual self and being. Should you be more of an asshole in life? Do you want to be more of an asshole in life? If you don't be more of an asshole in life. Not give a fuck anymore? That's good, but you don't want to become a pessimist beyond what the point reality might deliver. You should be a stoic. You should try not to give a fuck. You should always try your best, make your moves, of which you've done. You have asked out girls regularly, you do day game, you go to the gym, you go dancing. You're definitely putting in the effort. But the lack of results of finding a marriageable quality woman, that's not your fault. You've done pretty much everything you possibly could. I mean, including being born tall with the right genetics. So it's again not a you problem, it's a them problem. And if it's not your problem, it's somebody else's problem. That's where you should not care. That doesn't mean you give up. You shouldn't let it get to you. You should also like, I can't find any quality girls in here to get married to or have a family with. And then I say, yeah, well, then you're going to have to go overseas. But I don't want to. You should stoically accept I must go overseas. Yeah, there's some drawbacks, but I haven't gone overseas, so I really can't talk about playing an away game. So maybe I ought to go overseas and see what's over there, huh? But the I wouldn't call it. It's not even desperation. The frustration I hear in your voice. You're frustrated. Uh, to lessen that, you have to know. I'm not telling you this to make you feel better. I'm telling this because it's true. You have to know. You need to know, dude. It's not you. It's not your fault. You have done. I mean, the way you read your resume there, you're. I hate paying compliments. You're a very accomplished and impressive man. You are marriage material. You are father and husband material. If a girl were to be interested, there's nothing more you really could do beyond what you've done. It's quite an impressive, responsible resume. It is other people and our culture, not just women, but our culture that, yeah, women are told not to get married, don't have kids, have delusional expectations. The most important thing in their lives is working and paying taxes. They don't think it's paying taxes, but they do pay taxes. And it's right to abortion and just like not fun stuff exactly. Which is again why I'm kind of focusing like this is one out of your control, and two, it's the United States. You need to go to a traditional culture to find traditional women. Uh, so, to lessen your frustration, you need to diagnose this situation correctly. It's not you, it's where you are. You also then need to be realistic about how you solve your problem. Well, it's where I am. Okay, well, then you got to go somewhere else. But yet you say you have success with American women. Okay, well, keep fishing in both holes. There's nothing, no law says you can't have two fishing bowls in two different lakes of water or bodies of water. But yeah, one, no, it's not you. Okay. Two, I would not give up on your pursuit of excellence. No, don't. I mean, yeah, go ahead, relax, play some video games, watch some Netflix. I mean, I want to probably go play some video games around tonight. But please don't give up on your pursuit of excellence. You'll. I'm not saying keep going all the time, nonstop, but don't have some fun. But you will feel bad about yourself if you don't achieve your best, because that's absent family. All one has is themselves. And you can look at yourself in the mirror saying, wow, I'm this fat piece of shit that played video games and did Adderall and I got a spiritual journey and I collected disability. Or you can say, no, I am a good looking guy and I work out and I diet right and I own multiple properties. I'm a good investor and I work hard. I got a good career. Whether or not people want to hang out with me and have a family is immaterial. At the end of the day, I did it right and I did a good, I did not waste my life. Now, I think you could be shifting now. It sounds like you got your estate and your money kind of things are squared away and stabilized. If if people aren't, you're not there's not a girl on your doorstep tomorrow ready to marry and start having kids, which I can guarantee you that's not going to happen tomorrow. Now it's time for you to start going out and explore a little bit, not just physically exploring, like geographically and traveling and all that, but try something else. I don't know what it would be. A cooking class, maybe. You're already kind of doing it already, going to meetup groups. I don't know in that town if meetup groups are good. It sounds like they're not, but meetup groups in general are not that great. They really aren't, especially not for meeting girls. But don't go to meet the girls. What is it you want to do? And everybody has to do this, guys and gals, and you just never had time to put this together. But what's your bucket list? Aside from women, what's your bucket list? And pursuing that will, one, guarantee that you don't waste your life. And two, if you go and do these things, hopefully you find out, oh, I want to go parasailing. All right. You could knock out 3 events in one shot. You go to Mexico, you go parasailing, you might meet some Latinas. And then even if you find out, like, oh, I don't really like them, okay, at least you found that out for certain. But yes, you need to come up with a to-do list, a bucket list, so that if a wife never comes along, you're not wasting your time. You're still doing something. I think you have every right to just chill and do a little bit of Netflix and all that. But I would absolutely not give up your dancing. Don't give up the gym. Don't give up whatever your career is, because you're doing excellent at it. I think you could probably back off on investing in estate. I think you got enough real estate, unless like that's your passion or something. But I would just, I don't know, not as a financial advisor, but okay. Do you have precious metals? Do you have a retirement IRA account? Are you investing in, a diversified portfolio of mutual funds, et cetera, et cetera? So that, is that kind of boring stuff. Um, but I think you can allow you. Do you want to go motorcycle riding? Go motorcycle riding. Traveling the United States alone. Look, winter's coming up. Uh, Check out Arizona. Have you been to Phoenix? Have you been to the Grand Canyon? Have you been to Vegas? Have you been to Florida? I mean, those are great places to go in winter. Before it gets too late, I check out Tennessee now. It's very nice. I check out Texas. I check out. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the southern states. It's just like ain't no real. Like, oh my God, I'm going to Alabama. Oh yay! I don't know. Maybe you love Alabama. I don't know. You sure as hell don't want to go up north during winter, though. I'll tell you that. But yeah, you should be going and exploring, bucket list, checking out things. And again, 2 things it does. 1, make sure you don't waste your life. 2, it will increase your chances of finding a girl if she's out there, because you're moving yourself out of this environment and going elsewhere. Um, what was the final thing I was gonna say? Gotta get out, gotta go overseas. Read Reconnaissance Man if you want. Um, oh, just so you know, this process might take a while. Okay. Uh, I implore you to please read the Book of Numbers so you know just how few marriage minded women there are in the United States. So you don't get your expectations crushed or your hopes crushed. But please read through that and know that this is going to at least be a multi-year process. You could get lucky. You're right. You could be at the airport on your way out and you meet the world's greatest woman and like, hey, do you just want to fly back and get married? Oh yeah, let's do it. Okay. You sure that could happen? It's not going to happen, but it might. But it's going to take a while. You got to you're kind of discovering yourself too. You got to figure out, go overseas, got to travel here, you got to travel there. You got to get out of the state you're in. You got to try a different town. You got to do reconnaissance. You still got to work. You got remote work part-time, so that's pretty good. But you just got to get out there. And then, yeah, on top of it, you got to keep doing what you were doing. If you see a cute girl, you're going to have to ask her out. It's going to be kind of work. It's going to be some work, even though it'll be a little bit more fun than it is work. But it is going to be work nonetheless. And over time, as you keep turning up more and more stones, and oh, nothing there, nothing there. Ah, Jesus. Never pick up that wreck again. I think you're going to start to see the Book of Numbers and the statistics there borne out, and you start to reel in your expectations. But over time, especially if you go overseas where there are traditionally minded girls, there's a pretty good chance you would find a girl that you want to maybe get married or at least commit to and have a family. The best numbers I got, even within the United States, now you have to ask out like a Troy Francis level number of girls. You could get up to about 50% chance. That's the best I could figure it. A 50% chance. But that's a lot of work. Talking asking out thousands of girls, dating hundreds of them, and you might and all to find one, and it's still a 50% chance. It's not going to succeed, meaning a happily married till death do you part. That's why I define as success. So I'm just trying to give you the numbers in the what's ahead of you, but this is not something that's solved tomorrow. This could be it could be a decade long. Of course, the internet. Let's do the. Here we go. I missed that one. See, it's the South. That's the Southern Command. Cox Internet. Internet is shit. You're gonna work a cut out for you. You have to play away games. You have to go, and you can't limit yourself. Well, I don't like these type of girls. Like, have you dated them? Have you tried? And until you do, you won't know. So there you go. That's basically it. Now, a couple references. Link below. I think I have the book of numbers. No, not the book of numbers. The menu, life without the opposite sex. If you're looking what to do next in life, I can't tell you, but I've came up with a comprehensive list of everything that life has to offer outside the pursuit of opposite sex because, well, frankly, that's the one thing that's outside of your control. And half the people are expected not to be married in this country in 2030. So half of you probably should get familiar with what there is to do in life outside of not getting married or having kids. So there's some ideas there that might give you some more, a lot of which you've already pursued, in your life. So there's that. And then, you should probably consider getting Curse of the High IQ, given your preference for age, older gals. And then I check out Reconnaissance Man. That's not linked below either, but you might want to check that out to figure out where in the United States you'd like to go. I mean, if you got 2 days work remote, you can hit plenty of places within the United States. 4-day weekend, essentially. I think that's where your most flexibility is. But yeah, Reconnaissance Man would be something to consider. All right, let's go to the super chats. See what's going on. My Truth, the King. $2. This paradox is too easy, Cappy. Get married. No, don't get married. Rizla. 79 euro. Rizla again, 79 euro. Thank you. Ken Rose, $2. Alex Patino, a truck driving Latino agent in the field. But Cappy, American gals and Western gals are interested in getting married, but they don't want to be what? Yeah, I'm aware. I'm the one that came up with that saying. Show me proof someone said it before me. Women want to get married and they want to have kids. They don't want to be wives and they don't want to be mothers. Checklists. They want the bag. Swamp Crawler, $2. Do you respond to all emails? Yes. I have had some family issues to deal with. There's a chance it might have not gotten in. Use my backup email. If you haven't heard it, I should check my Proton mail as well. We've had issues with email, but I will double check my backup emails as well. All right, that's it. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.